By now we know that Moab is more than just national parks. There's lots of places to explore, whether you're under your own power or using other sources. You can climb to a better vantage point, or you can go to Dead Horse Point State Park, which is one of my favorite places. For photographers like me, there are few better places to put your tripod. To get to Dead Horse, take 191 north, then take a left on 313. It shares the road with Canyonlands. Take the first left and continue until the road ends. The park is at the end of a several-mile-long butte that hovers above a landscape shaped by time and the Colorado River. The park has campsites and a few yurts for glampers, if glampers don't mind a 200-foot walk to a bathroom or a water spigot. There's a visitor center with helpful rangers and a few snacks. It's a popular place, but I've never had a problem with parking, which is not the case in the national parks. At the end of the mesa, there's a short, paved walkway to one of my favorite viewpoints. I've been here many times, and it never ceases to amaze. The light changes throughout the day. This was shot in the afternoon. Even on a hazy day, the landscape is incredible. Looking east, there's a glimpse of the Potash Ponds. Beyond them, the afternoon sun lights the snow-capped La Salle Mountains, 27 miles away. The view south isn't bad either. Somewhere down there, and off in the distance, the Green River joins the Colorado. But the best view is to the southwest, towards Canyonlands. That's the Colorado River down there. In size, that horseshoe bend as the Colorado Plateau rose over millions of years. And that road? It's our old friend, the Schaefer Trail. We're standing at almost 6,000 feet, about 2,000 feet above the river. But this viewpoint isn't my favorite place to put the tripod. Actually, there are several others, but they require a bit of a scramble. And if you try to do this, be sure to walk only on the rocks to avoid killing the cryptobiotic soil. The plants and creatures who live here have a hard enough time, so please don't make it harder for them. Also, don't walk in the potholes, and they're just about everywhere. Because even when they're dry, they are full of little creatures that only come to life when the rains come. And it's best not to bring your dog, but if you must, the same rules apply. Don't let them destroy the homes of these hardy creatures. I've only been here for one sunset, but they tell me it gets pretty crowded. And at night, this is a great place to watch the stars. My favorite time to be here is sunrise. I'm rarely alone, as other shutterbugs cling to the cliffs. Often it's one of my places with the sound of silence. It's very rare to find a place so quiet, with a view that goes out for 100 miles. One morning I heard an eagle flap its wings. It was 100 feet below me. This is a special place. Beyond the bend is Canyonlands and Mesa Arch. It was from here that I first saw the Schaefer Trail, and I knew that I had to drive it. As you might suspect, a place as scenic as this has been discovered by Hollywood. Several movies were shot here. This is roughly where Thelma and Louise drove off that cliff. There are 8 miles of hiking trails in the park, but staring into this landscape is my favorite activity. We're about 40 minutes from Moab, so camping up here makes the sunrise shoots a little bit easier. The sites can be booked in advance, and as I write this in mid-June, there were several spaces available in mid-July, just a month out. All the bookings must be made online, and the process is pretty straightforward. The park's website is full of valuable information, and it has a nice video too, much of which was shot with a drone. As an FAA-certified drone pilot myself, I asked if that was legal. Well, it is, but only between November and February, and you have to buy a permit to do it. By the way, they tell me it's very crowded around Thanksgiving. In fact, the busy times for this park are really in the spring and the fall. The summers, well, they can be rather hot. Like Canyonlands, you don't need a reservation to go to Dead Horse Point. You can just drive up and pay the fee. The gate is manned, they'd, from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. I hope you can see why Dead Horse Point is one of my favorite places to photograph. And when in Moab, it's something everyone must see. Trips like this are almost always a road trip. And one of the best things about a road trip is the beautiful places we get to drive through. And next, I'm going to take you along the Colorado River to the Castle Valley and Fisher Towers on the beautiful Highway 128.